Welcome to Conversations with Cheryl Weston. We're happy to have you with us. We have a short program today, but a very special program. And what we wanted to do was bring in Dr. Cedric Perkins to talk about a very important event coming up. Just to give you a little preview.
Lasting impact. Start your journey at 10:30 a.m. at the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Monument, 24th Lake Street. Walk a ride with us to Salem Baptist Church for a movie community gathering. We'll honor remarkable leaders like Mr. Gene Haynes. When the face is beautiful. Have you ever heard this? You think? Have you ever heard the story about when the face on February 1st, 2025? Join us for the second annual Keep the Dream Alive March, a powerful tribute to Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and the civil rights movement's lasting impact. Start your journey at 10:30 a.m. at the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Monument.
So, with all things said and done, we want to bring in Dr. Perkins. And we have Dr. Perkins who'll be coming in with us very shortly here. Good morning. How are you?
Fine, how are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for being able to give us a few moments here of your time because I know this is very busy. And
Thank you.
as we had said in the preview, we wanted to the word out, and we're hoping for a great turnout for Keeping the Dream Alive walk, which will be February 1st coming up. So,
Yes.
Dr. Perkins, if you would just kind of give the audience a little of your background, and then if you could explain why this is such an important event and what's your purpose and hope to gain from it.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Weston, first for having me on here this morning to share with you. I didn't know if my colleague in this matter, Mr. Tim Crawford, would be joining us or not, but he's not here at the time. So we thank his work and the efforts that he has worked with us on this. Uh, this, what we're having, well, first say, I'm the senior pastor of the Salem Baptist Church here in Omaha, Nebraska. I uh, Uh, I'll be celebrating 21 years here in Omaha, but I've been in Omaha as of January 1, 2025, at 21 years. So January 1, 2004, I came to Omaha from Huntsville, Alabama. And so as I came here, we have been doing work in the city uh, as far as Salem Baptist Church, uh, in reach and outreach, and trying to bring people together and so forth. And so this event we have this week is our second annual Keep the Dream Alive March. And years ago when I came here, I was kind of shocked and surprised because I'm from the South. And Martin Luther King Day, you had, MLK breakfast, you had a luncheon, and you had march. And I was like, wow, they don't have a MLK march. And so, but as I began to live here, I kind of understood, okay, well, they don't because of the weather. And so it just kept gnawing on me over the years that we did not have a Martin Luther King march. And I was, then the weather still rings back in my mind. And then I began to think, if my foreparents and ancestors gave their lives beaten by dogs, spray water hoses,
Mm-hmm.
beaten with billy clubs, and they marched not one time a year, but they would march weeks in and out for change. And if they can be beaten, killed, sprayed down, bitten, uh, chased, or what have you, then surely we can march for about 10
One
minutes.
day.
Not a whole day. It's only about 10
Yeah.
minutes. You know,
Uh-huh.
it's a sacrifice. And last year, the goal was to do it on Martin Luther King Day, but because of inclement weather, had state of emergency, and so therefore we did not have it today. So we moved it to the first weekend in the month of February, and the weather was nice. And so then, we kind of got a little pushback from others. interfering with their days and so forth, bringing something new. So we decided this year that, hey, you know what? Let's leave it at the beginning of February.
Hmm.
That way it may make a little bit better for those who are concerned, as well as it will uh, kick off Black History Month. And that
Hmm.
way we won't interfere with anybody. We'll bring something, new. And last year everything was beautiful as well. And some people say, well, why are you marching? We're just not
Yes.
marching just to be marching. And people don't realize that I had a vision of always bringing our people together.
Hmm.
And one way to bring it together is to celebrate your success and also empower for the future. And so our march is about commemorating what our ancestors have done in the past, remembering, the fight, remembering the struggle. And then also we march to empower the next generation for justice,
Hmm.
education, and leadership. And that's what this march is all about. And with the climate that's we're in today, as well as in the past, it's needed even much more so. This particular,
Right.
I mean, you cannot ask for a march to be at the right time.
Hmm.
This particular of what has transpired all week long, and what's coming even
Yes.
further down the pike, and we need to make sure that we get our people to understand. We need to wake up and be together. And that's what I've been preaching since I've been in Omaha. And Cheryl, you may remember my slogan when I was the president of the churches of our
Right.
convention here in 2010, 2015, that if you only have two teeth in your mouth, they look better together than spread apart.
That's
Not
true.
only look better, but fight better. And so
Yes.
therefore we have to bring our two together. That signifies unity because, uh, where I come from, uh, things shake and move when you people together. When you have the black politician, the black business owner, the
Hmm.
black educators, the black influencers in the community, the black pastor, the black church. When you have those people come together and put their money together, put their power together, you're able to get some attention.
I
And so,
wholeheartedly agree with you, and I think that is one of the reasons why, um, and it's just my personal feeling, is that we are kind of like in the situation that we are, is we have failed to remind our young people. We haven't educated them and kept them, they came up because as parents, we wanted our children to have better lives and stuff, but we forgot to teach them and keep this alive is what we came through. Our forefathers came through to get this to be where we're at instead of going backwards as I think it is right now. It's one of the reasons why I'm promoting local elections so hard is that that's where things change is going to be made. We
oh
have
yeah,
our national, and that's
oh yeah,
over with. It is, and it's going to get rougher there, but it's even going to count more for your everyday life right down here where we have our local elections.
right.
Encourage our people, as you said at the beginning, our ancestors, what they went through. I just spoke with the lady the other day, and she was talking about her grandmother right here in Omaha, Nebraska, could not vote at the
Mhm.
particular time and educated me on how they had to go to the back at Reed's ice cream store that was on 24th and Street. You could get your ice cream, but you had to take it out. Um, those are things that are, if we're not careful, will happen again. Because it's when you forget your past, you will forget and you won't know how to work, how to handle the future. And I think that's one of the things I think about on this march is you, as you said, we're trying to the success and some of the success is the past, but we're trying to work for success in the future.
Right.
Is
And
what
this
I
much
think
help reminds us
about.
and also give encouragement to remember struggle because of the fact some people are afraid right now, but we have
Hmm.
to remind people be encouraged that God have brought his people before and he can do it again. And the thing about it is this, all this dealing with DEI and all these other things they're taking, all these are distractions or try to get you to focus on these things while we do this over here.
Hmm.
We got to focus because, to be honest with you, people don't realize the African American population are not the one really being affected by DEI. They think that is affecting us, but the
Hmm.
white woman is the one it's affecting the most. Then you're gonna find out it's the veterans being affected. Then it's going to
Definitely.
be Native Americans affected.
Right.
Then you're going to find it's those with disabilities, which will affect some of our people with
Hmm.
disabilities. Then after disabilities, then you're dealing with Hispanic population. Then after Hispanic population, I think you're dealing with the transgender population.
Yes.
But when you get to we're number, we're the very last ones that who it affects the most. It's
Hmm.
just like when they, here in Nebraska, when they passed a law, purposely to get Edward Chambers out of the Senate because it
Yes.
affect, the legislators, because he had done too many terms, consecutive terms. And
Hmm.
so they want to limit that. And
Right.
then when he came to go out, and they were saying bye bye early, but didn't realize they were saying bye bye
They,
to themselves, and they realized they had messed up, that they had did the same thing to themselves, and he was laughing the whole time because what he knew what they was
knew.
doing,
Right. Right. Right.
and
And
so
yeah.
then guess what? After the next term, he was back down there,
Yeah. And
and so
it was, yeah. And you're so right. And I was thinking too, I have a lot of admiration for Senator Chambers, and he'll always be Senator Chambers to me. I just
yeah,
I don't know how else
yeah.
to call him
I didn't mean
anything
to call
else.
him Mr. Chambers, but I just talking
Yeah.
freely that yeah,
Yeah, is Senator Chambers is that they didn't realize, and I don't know if you remember Pastor Perkins, but they tried to take it to the ballot again to get that so they would have 3 terms, and the people
yeah.
said, "No, you made your bed, now lay in."
Yes,
And they didn't
yes, yes,
understand that it hurt them more. So I was
yeah.
watching legislative bills, and now they want to bring it back. They want to put
Mhm.
in a bill to say 3 terms. Um,
Yeah,
but it's just as you said, people don't understand when you do these things, it will hurt you because you are the majority. You will be hurt the
yes,
most.
yes,
You know,
yes.
it will
Yes, and
be.
so with all these things, that's why, I'm telling people be encouraged. Don't be discouraged because they think
Yeah.
they're digging a ditch for you, making it hard for you, but they're hurting themselves.
Yeah.
Uh, you know, and so last summer, was a great example, that when we was up dealing with the EBT,
Hmm.
situation, and they start looking at things and realizing the EBT wasn't not going to be hurting the African American population
No.
community. It's going to be hurting rural Nebraska much more so than anyone else. And
Right.
so when those decisions were changed,
Right.
and we're going to discover that a lot of decisions today uh, being done, it's not hurting us. It's going to be hurting individuals,
Yes.
organizations, and companies that
Hmm.
who rely on individuals, to get
Hmm.
work done, that who they're supporting. I mean, it's going to be amazing. I'm to see how all this is going to turn out, and then we're going to find out and discover that we got behind someone for a clown show, and
Yes.
so when you support a clown, and then that's what you get a clown show,
Yeah.
you get the
It's
circus.
you're so right.
That's
And I don't have a lot of,
yeah,
and maybe I know I gotta ask and try to get some forgiveness, but I really don't have a lot of sympathy for people who are starting to cry already because I'm like, you haven't cried the tears that you will shed. Is when I love what Maya Angelou said is if someone tells you, if they show you, believe them
hmm
because that's who they are. And I just
right,
received a text earlier today that the person was saying, well, we didn't believe, we didn't think that we thought he would keep his word. And I said, he did keep his word. He told you he was
right,
going to deport you. He told you he
right,
was going to stop the DEI. He
right,
always
right.
keeps his word when it's something that is going to be against a certain set of people, races, uh, he keeps that word. Now, other things it's going to benefit, That's totally different. But before, because I could get on with that and
Yeah.
discuss you, I
So,
would
but let me
like,
just go back to the March real quick if I
oh,
can.
that's what I
Yeah.
wanted to get to was, can you
Okay.
tell
All
us
right. Yeah.
what time, where it's going to start, what's going to happen? Because that's what I want to try to encourage people is to make this march.
Yes, this march will start at the corner of 24th Street and Lake Street at the MLK site.
Hmm.
And this year, the march is going to go west instead of going south. Last year, we went to Salem Baptist Church, but this year, we're going to march up to Salem Baptist Church.
Okay.
Start at 10:30 a.m. with lining up. At that point in time, around 11 o'clock, we'll kick off with the opening prayer and instructions and so forth. Then we'll march our journey up to Salem Baptist Church there on Lake Street. We'll cross over the highway that divided this community. But
Hmm.
God got a bridge connected the community together.
Hmm.
It's going to be an uphill journey, but we're going to keep on climbing because of the fact we're on our way to somewhere. So when we get to the Salem Baptist Church there, um, we will have a program there. And so the march itself is open to the public, for everybody. Some church groups will have their groups there. Some politicians plan on having their groups
Hmm.
marching. There's also be some other hopefully fraternities, sororities, different groups, organizations have their groups marching. And last year we had about 250 people that marched, or 300 more, something of that nature. This year we're anticipating more. So that's why we changed locations this time. And so we encourage everyone to come out. We want to send a strong statement. The governor, he participated last year. Uh, He's possible he will be present at the service. Not sure he's been participating in March, but he desired to do so. But because of his health situation recently from his accident, may
Hmm.
not be there. Um, have I know the mayor who did not participate last year, but she wants to participate this year. She's supposed to be present. Uh,
Election,
uh,
but that's okay.
uh, 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 Congress, our councilwoman, our District 2 councilwoman, Juanita Johnson, who
Yes.
participated last year and also will be participating this year. And so she will be there participating along with Commissioner Rogers, those persons that we know who will be present, who
Hmm.
are our officials invited. And so forth. So once we get to the church and things of that nature, those four persons are the only politicians that who are speaking. This last year we opened it up so many because it was a first year thing, but this year we limited it and only doing so because of respect of office,
Hmm.
not for any other purpose, but for respect of office and allowing them. And then along with Douglas County Treasurer, we have him on program for also because of respect of office. And then after that, the focus is directly on awarding some recipients for their great service work in the community. Mr. Gene Haynes, he's going to be our living legend. He's receiving the
Yes,
living
he is.
legend award. He has implemented, and because this thing's all about empowering young people, focus on young people. That's the
Right.
main focus. Uh, Mr. Gene Haynes, he will be present, receiving an award as our living legend for his work through the public school system and reaching and training so many people over the years of supporting young people. Then also will be recognizing the great work that Mr. William Hamilton is
Hmm.
doing with the Black Men United. Every Saturday, they are doing a work where they're feeding families there and with his program. Nobody can deny the work that really Mr. Hamilton have worked hard
Hmm.
to act to this community and so forth. And it's been a very help to a lot of families and children. And so a lot of over the years, there's a lot of unsung heroes in our community don't feel recognized. And so is one that will be recognized. And then there's Ms. Tamika Meese for her work efforts with the young people with North Omaha Community Partners, I think,
Yes,
that work
community
she does
partnerships. Hmm.
as well as those who have when put out the homes and so forth, and they
Hmm.
work so hard to help individuals and their work being recognized. Uh, uh, and then our person that we're recognizing, also other adult person recognizing, who happens to be our honorary chair this year, and that's Miss Carmen Tapio. And
Hmm.
we're recognizing her for her work that she has been doing in the community. A lot of people don't know how many African American jobs that she applied to people of color, brown skin, and people given opportunity, another chance, and who have messed up along the way. Or I mean, a lot of amazing things behind the scene. A lot of people don't know that she does. And so we recognize her for being the largest African American business in the state of Nebraska. And not only that, but largest female African American business in the state of Nebraska as well. uh, maybe female business, not just black African female, but female business owner in the state. And so we're recognizing her. And then we're going to celebrate because of the fact that a special announcement uh, that's being made. And we're, the Lord bless us, this we're doing something amazing this year that one of the things I always vow to do is to give back to young people. When I went to college, I was the first in my family to graduate from college, and I had a couple of aunts who gave me money every month to make sure I stayed in college. And
Hmm.
so, because of that effort, I was able to complete. And I told the Lord that I would work to always try to give money back or find ways to give money and put into young people's hands to go to college. And so, we have a grand announcement to make this year. We're planning. Well, I'll just go ahead and just give you a sneak preview since it's
Okay,
usual.
you can give us a
Uh,
little teaser.
Yeah, we've been awarded $50,000 that we plan to give out 10 $5,000 scholarships.
That's
But
wonderful.
yes. But by tomorrow, before Saturday, there may be another additional to that. And I'm believing, I'm not gonna cross my fingers. I'm just gonna keep looking up. There may be an additional $50,000, and there could be a total of $100,000 to give
Amen.
out.
All right.
It's amazing. This is only the second year,
Yeah.
and this is something to build on each year for the MLK, the Keep the Dream Alive scholarship. And so this is something that we plan to do, and these scholarships we look into not only help seniors, some will go with those who are in college as well, because so many times money always available for those who graduate from high school, and then there's nothing for kids who are in college and who still need some funding. And so our goal is to help those who are in high school, but also support those who have came from our communities who still need funding to go to continue their education. And so that's our goal.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Yes.
And so there'll be great performances there. Angelique Mitchell, I think, is one of the performers. We have a 12-year-old young man who will be playing the clarinet. And then there's another young lady who's be presenting. And then we have a youth speaker. And it's not going to be all day. All this is going to be within an hour and a half at the most. And
Hmm.
then we have new elected Senator Miss Spivey, Senator Spivey. She is the keynote speaker, and we're looking for a great time. So if you can't march, then guess what? You can ride the bus. We have buses available that are being donated by Mr. Preston Love. For those, we have two buses donated for those who are not able to walk. And then if you can't walk, can't ride the bus, you can meet us at the church at 11:30, and we should be kicking off at the
All
church at
right.
11:30.
That's
10:30 at the
wonderful.
site, 24th and Lake, and at 3131 at Salem Baptist Church at 11:30.
Wonderful. I thank you so much for you know being on today and getting this out. I intend to run it tonight and for the next several days because I just feel it's important that when
Thank you.
we have to come together to, and even
Yes.
though, we may not be on the same page, that's not it. It's when it's for the good of the whole, not
Oh,
just
yes.
you. I've seen that. I think that this is something that we need to get back so that we can start teaching. And I think by you having those scholarships offered, that's showing the young people our ancestors came to make this possible. We're giving you the
Yes.
torch, and we want you to carry that torch forward. And so
Yes.
I think that's, I always believe in that old saying, not a hand out, but a hand up. And that's what I believe that we're trying to get back to is to do.
Yes.
Again, I thank you so much. I'm looking forward to Saturday. Um, Again, it's going to start at 10:30 on time, on time.
That's the lineup. 10:30.
10:30. I always say,
10:30 is the lineup. 10:30 is the lineup. The march starts at 11.
it
10:30 is the lineup.
10 at 10,
And we
10:30 starts the lineup. We're gonna start at 11. And if it ain't but three people, and I know it's gonna be more than
oh,
that, but I'm just saying, if it
yeah,
ain't, we
yeah.
starting on
I,
time.
I promise you, we don't start on time. I'm a timely person. I don't waste people's time because I don't let nobody waste my time.
All right. All right. Well, I
Yeah.
appreciate that.
Thank
And
you
they're gonna
for
be
your
as it
support.
says, and I like the ideal. I'm sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I said thank you for your time
Oh
and thank
yeah.
you for allowing me to have fun
Oh,
and appreciate you with you, all the support, even just not now, but down through the years. That a lot of times people don't know your work as well. You one of those unsung heroes behind the scene also. So your day.
I thank you. I know I thank you, but I want to make sure start up, line up, 10:30 starts. They're marching at 11 up the hill. And I like the idea we're going up to the hill
That's it.
to
That's
Salem
it.
Baptist Church,
That's
and
it.
traffic will be so we're going to be a straight path up. And the symbol will be as
Yes.
we walk across that bridge as what
Yes.
separated the city. Now we're going across it. So, it's kind of like that old song, it's not too high, too low. We're going across it and we're going upward. So I
Yes.
wish you the greatest success.
Remember,
All
the
right.
bridge is that God is a bridge over troubled waters.
Oh, that's it. So I'm going to see
Yeah.
if we can just get this to end.
24th and Lake Street. Walk a ride with us to Salem Baptist Church for a moving community gathering. We'll honor remarkable leaders like Mr. Gene Haynes and Mr. Willie Hamilton and be inspired by keynote speaker, State Senator Ashley Spivey. Together, let's honor the past, celebrate the present, and inspire the future. Let's keep the dream alive. On February 1st.
All right. So with that said, let's keep the dream alive. See everyone Saturday, February the 1st. Thank you.
Have a great day.
You too.